it seems to be our lot in life. And my plan had originally been to come down here to the locker, load R2 up in the car, and get him back to the house in time for us to get things set up and sort things out and get to the broadcast. But we had some logistical issues, traffic issues, things like that. And as a result, I was not able to get R2 back up to the house. So Christina's at the house working on some other projects, and the two of us negotiated that I'm going to do the repair broadcast from here. Luckily, tools, parts, and stuff like that are all here at the locker with R2, so we can actually make this happen here at the locker. So what I'm going to do, I've got a friend here who's assisting, and I'm going to get her to hold on to the device so that I can focus on working on R2. I've got another device here that I can read comments, and we will be able to get this going. I'm going to try and make this broadcast no more than 1 hour because we've got other things that need to happen as a result of what went on today. So I'm going to get R2 spruced up and get his all the little broken off parts put back on so he can be all nice and spit and polished sort of for Saturday's Star Wars Storytime. So once again, thank you to all the sponsors and all the award contributors over the past month, all the sponsors in general. Anyone $5 and up has been given a character type for the Star Wars Storytime, and Christina and I are working out a storyline involving all of the sponsors who've contributed and how they're all going to weave into the story of these two Jedi, myself and Christina, and a mission that they were put on. And it's going to be actually very exciting. Hey, Katie. Hey, Jedi Sinchi. How are you? Speaking of Jedi. So that's going to be Saturday night, May 29th at 7 p.m. And we're looking forward to it. We'll get a story written, and we'll be in costume. We'll have R2 with us and do the story time. You're good. Awesome. So Christina is at home. She kind of got stuck there because I was supposed to bring R2 back, and everything went wrong. So I'm at the locker to do the broadcast from here so that we don't have to reschedule the broadcast. So she's going to work on a few other projects, and tomorrow night she's going to come on live with working on the Jedi communicators that we've been working on, the 3D prints and the molds and all that sort of stuff, and work on those while she does a broadcast. So, and I'm going to go and run a few other errands. It seems to be what's going on a lot lately is we're jumping back and forth in different directions, and we're not always able to broadcast together, which is unfortunate. But these things will pass. COVID will pass. All these sort of things will come to pass. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn camera around to our. Look at this. His hollow emitter's fallen down the inside. His periscope has collapsed inside. There's a few bits and pieces of body panels that are missing here and there, but fear not. How's the replacement iPad doing? It's doing great. Christina spent a bunch of time getting some of the apps updated, getting things sort of reconnected, and making it, basically turning it back into the one that it replaced, right? And so far so good. It's doing great. So you may hear, I was just getting a comment from the side here, you may hear the occasional goose honking just outside the doors of the storage locker. For some reason, the sliding doors aren't closing right now. So there are two geese in the Home Depot back lot, which is immediately adjacent to our storage locker complex. And they're just every once in a while honking up a storm. So you might hear the occasional honk honk, or you might hear an entire crescendo of going on. There's there's two geese, a male and a female, and they've got four little waddly goslings that are just it's hilarious to watch. But yeah, they're being very very verbal right now. All right, so I'm going to hand the phone over, and that was it. That's okay, as long as comments are showing. Oh, is it? Actually, it looks stalled. So we'll see. Yeah, reload the broadcast and see what happens. Just want to double check. Anyone having issues watching the broadcast or hearing me? We're in a basically a metal and concrete building, and I know sometimes the signal isn't that great. So we're gonna do this here from the hallway, just outside the storage locker, and we'll take it from there. If it doesn't work in there, we'll just set it on the table, and I'll be careful not to drop anything on it. Not to drop anything on it, unlike what happened with Christina's iPad the other day. So yes, Christina's new iPad is doing just great. Not sure whether it was mentioned online or not, but thanks to our AppleCare plan, it cost us a whopping total of $50 to replace the iPad. So just sort of an insurance deposit sort of thing. But the insurance part of the Apple Care Plus replaced the entire iPad for only $50 instead of paying an extra, spending another 700 or $800 for a brand new iPad, which is less than a year old. So that was bought to replace her old one that the battery died. So it was only bought in November. So Apple Care Plus is great. Yes. Hey Joel, thank you for joining. Alrighty. So once again, I'm going to turn the camera to Mr. R2. I hope the geese don't think you're a threat to their babies. Well, luckily there's a fence between us and them, so hopefully that's going to be okay. If they start wandering into the building, then we'll have problems, you know. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'll pass this over to Lisa here. You got it?
Yep.
And
hey, everybody.
In a sec, your hand is in front of the camera.
Nope. I can see R2.
And they can fly. Well, they can fly, but as long as they're on that side and we're not encroaching on their space, they should be okay.
Yeah, point of note, geese actually need a running start to fly, so they can't just fly off.
It's a long, long parking
area.
Yeah. Nonetheless. So, folks, here we go. Poor R2. His head's even a little bit his bearings are really old. We had intended originally on replacing his bearings, but that never actually came to pass.
Okay.
So, among the first things that need to be repaired, I can get him rolled over. He's a lot lighter weight now than he used to be because we took all 40 pounds of batteries and 30 pounds of motors. So he only weighs about 80 pounds now instead of about 150.
Yeah.
So I noticed at one point this little panel here dropped off. Let's figure out which direction it went.
You got a whole bunch of loving emojis from Desiree Mathis.
Desiree, welcome. I'm just going to bring my monitoring device down here too.
Let me know if I need to get closer.
And awesome, thank you so much. I'm going to try and keep an eye on comments as we go.
Yeah.
So this is this piece here came out of there.
So there we go.
Just like that. So I'm just going to use a little bit of glue. This is basically just going to be a patch job because R2 is never going to be fully functional again like he used to be.
Yeah.
He's 25 years old, and over the years, we've had all the bells and whistles and devices and arms and everything going on.
Martin, Jedi said she read what he said.
And so basically, right now R2 is a very big paperweight. Yes, he is.
Sorry if you guys hear me whispering. I'm trying not to interrupt Martin too much.
That's okay, but we appreciate that because we don't often get a chance to look at the comments. Oh, I think our notes have a little bit of leak here. Come on.
Oh.
The cap is partially sealed itself.
Isn't that always the way with glue?
Well, it's a good thing I brought other tools with
me. Yeah.
As well, so.
Oh yeah, we should show off your R2 toolbox.
Oh, is that there? That we bought. I can't remember where we bought that little that droids.
Yeah. Just give me a little close. So this is the toolbox he is speaking of.
It became a home for R2's remotes. Because R2 actually has two remotes, one for the body, one for the head. They're sitting right here. That basically means he needs two operators to run him, but somebody can be driving him around while another guy is operating the head. And it makes for a lot better interaction because you don't have to be trying to think of both actions at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, quite often, R2 will be driving around, like for a single operator, and R2 will be driving around, and the head's not doing anything because the driver, the operator is focusing on driving the droid. This is really smooth.
I'm sure all of us have a day where we had used the super glue, and of course you opened it once and it then resealed itself with its own glue.
Yeah. Well, this is working just fine for the day too. So, literally, I was using it 2 nights ago on some lightsaber parts.
Still can't get it open. Sorry if I keep on swinging everybody. I keep on going back and forth.
She's gonna have her work cut out for me chasing after me.
From Joel Burdick. Where from or what is the body of R2?
R2's body, the skins are styrene, and the framework was all the verticals in the framework are aluminum square tube, and the bottom and top and bottom discs are plywood.
Yeah. It says about 20 years ago, I saw an R2 body in a grocery store that was filled with crushed ice and bottled Pepsi. That was that was a marketing tie-in. I remember that thing. I saw that myself. I can't remember why 20 years ago exactly, but I remember what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Well, 22 years ago was this month would be Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace. Oh, maybe it was Phantom Menace then.
Could have been, yeah. Let's see what I can do here with what pliers I've got. Try and pop this lid open. The main portion of the lid wants to open, but the cap itself doesn't. And I don't want to have to just. Maybe I can do this.
There we go. No, still.
The blue part won't open, so I have to do this. And
just don't get it on yourself.
Spill this. It's gonna be a nightmare.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do.
Sorry about the noise. I just hit the locker behind me.
I'm gonna use a.
This is where we wish we had some sort of plastic spoon or something.
A spoon would just be too much. Popsicle stick to.
We got a thing from Joel again. I remember thinking that I could get that Pepsi cooler thing and do something like your R2.
The Pepsi cooler.
Yeah. I think a lot of Star Wars fans were wondering about actually getting it to make their own.
They make their own droids. Yeah.
They make their own droids.
So here we go.
Like I said, watch your fingers.
That luckily holds itself in place, and then once the glue is set, we'll be all. So let's put the cap on that.
Yes, so please. Like I said, make sure I didn't get any fingers either. Nothing worse than getting glue off your fingers, especially if it's super glue or something similar.
Of course, you try and get it off with one set of fingers, and it just keeps getting worse. So that panel's good. Taking a look at this shoulder. This shoulder's actually in pretty good shape. Yeah. The other shoulder, when I turn them around, you're going to see there's a lot of damaged pieces. Yeah. The foot's in pretty good shape on this side. A little dusty, but just nothing a little cloth won't fix. His center foot looks like it's got a bit of damage that we're going to fix in a moment. But let's turn him around. And one of his coin slots. In the original R2, these coin slots were actually coin slots from, I can't remember what it was, from a little jukebox of some kind. That.
Oh, you mean in the actual building of the original
R2, yeah.
For 1970s? Yeah, no, that's surprising.
Well, and this is it. There's so many things. You've seen the U.S. postal drop boxes.
Yeah.
Painted like R2.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Really? Yeah.
Yes.
That's hilarious. That is so funny. Put that right there.
There was R2. There was other sci-fi things. It's just like in Britain, there are a few police boxes that are sort of thinged up like
still around, yeah.
Doctor Who sort of thing, yeah.
So there we go, a little bit of glue on that one. So, but yeah, these were originally jukebox coin slots or something like that on the original R2.
Joel said that was funny.
Funny.
Jedi Senshi, the TARDIS, yes. The police box was the TARDIS, yes.
So that.
If I may say, what the? Oh yeah, we gotta make sure we keep moving, or these lights are gonna slowly turn off.
Oh yeah, above us.
Yeah, because they're based on motion.
Mm-hmm. All right. So next step, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take his center foot. As you can see, that's come apart at this one corner.
Mm-hmm.
Again, put it on the popsicle stick. Down the joint. When we originally built R2, all the styrene, his entire body was glued together with resin bond, which is a clear, water-thin styrene adhesive. It's basically a that's a little excess there. It's basically a solvent glue. So rather than being a glue between two surfaces, it actually is a solvent that bonds the two surfaces. It melts the
Yeah.
plastic and bonds them together.
I think my dad used that on some construction projects too, when it came to plastic stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean resin bond. It's a trade name. I mean the chemical is methylene chloride.
Yeah.
But the trade name resin bond has been around for like 50 years.
Yeah.
So this one's going to be a little more challenging.
Joel has a.
Phone went to sleep. Okay,
Sorry.
I'm gonna have to rely on Lisa to read out comments for me.
Yeah,
So.
I do apologize. I forgot to turn my phone's sleep mode off. It says airplane glue, wicked stuffs.
Yeah, it's kind of the resin bond's kind of like airplane glue. This.
Yeah. Well, this is about 10,000 mile tape, which is the other name for duct tape. But anyway.
Duct tape, wabbit tape.
Elmer tape.
Wait, hold it, but I'm going to grab a little piece of masking tape here.
Yeah. Actually, that's funny. You said duct tape, wabbit tape, and I'm sitting there going, then they pulled out, it says Elmer glue.
Elmer's glue.
Sorry, we're getting a little off topic.
Temporary thing there, a little piece of tape to hold the corner while it glues. So that's good. All of these bits and pieces are okay. He's stretched and stuff, but I mean that's R2. He's been through a lot.
Yeah.
The little guy's seen a lot of action.
Yeah, this is not the R2 from the Phantom Menace, guys. So
it's not straight out of the factory, right? This piece here is actually literally just something that we set there.
You're that kind of show?
That kind of show.
I have no idea what Joel's talking about.
Oh, Joel, I think you mean not that kind of broadcast. And I'm not even sure if any of the comments that were just mentioned about the glues and stuff really apply to that kind of statement. So, and of course, Christine is not here to.
Well, that's why I was confused.
All that innuendo, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was confused the last time when he said it. I thought somebody was referring to Luke. I didn't know that NTOKB.
Oh, right.
I did. Yeah.
Not that kind of broadcast.
Sorry, guys, I'm kind of new to apps.
All right, so he's got this little guy here. Normally sits there. It fell off. It's funny over the drying out styrene. Years now, 25 years of glue.
Yeah, but he hasn't lost that much when you think about it.
Not really, no. Yeah. He's done quite well for himself.
Delays, effects, comment, irrelevancies?
Comment relevancy probably because not that kind of broadcast comment may have been from something like 2 minutes ago, but it took that long for latency to.
That was Joel and Jedi, since she said that depends on what the brain decides to think on its own.
Yeah, there was that.
I can think on that because I know I type on computers for a living, and I know sometimes my fingers get ahead of my brain. They say, the right hand doesn't know what the left is doing. In some cases, my brain doesn't know what either of my hands are doing.
There is that, yeah. So this one needs a little bit more glue because I'm noticing the surface areas aren't quite touching each other so much.
Yeah.
Kind of going a little overboard on the Gorilla Glue, just because it's
Okay, Joel said he's getting about 30-second delay. Okay, to ignore me when I don't make sense. I don't know if that's...
Sorry, what?
That's what I just said! Yeah. I don't know.
That'd be funny. It's like, ignore him? Yeah, sorry, what? Who said that?
Do you want me to reactivate my phone? Are you okay?
No, I'm good.
I didn't think it would go to sleep in the middle of apps. I apologize. It's like, it's in the middle of doing something. I thought it was... Ow. Excuse the clanking. That's not R2. That's my water bottle.
She's one of them clankers. All right. So I'm seeing this shoulder bell here, this bell housing.
Yeah.
It's definitely coming apart. So this is what I'm going to bring it up onto the table.
That would be better to do it there. Yeah.
There. There's a few bits and pieces.
Oh, Chris Wiegland? Yes. Says hello from Tatooine.
Hello from Tatooine.
Yes. I apologize for mispronouncing your name, Chris. I wasn't sure. And this is about the 30s. And as of this point with you, Chris, I now know about 30-something Chris's.
I know. There's so many Chris's on Haps. It's hilarious.
Including my own husband. Well, not only that, it's
It's
just
freaking.
Anime North has like 30 of them on staff, and both
Oh
male,
my
female,
God.
all different spellings. Hello.
Okay, so come back up.
Yep.
Here.
And we'll stand up for this so we can get a better view.
So we got part of the shoulder bell housing here is all coming apart. Oh, give me 1 second. Just gotta get this
I beg your
masking
pardon.
tape down below. Okay.
Yep. So I'm
So
going to
this is
concentrate
gonna be a
more
little
on
bit
this.
So we have, and you can see what happens after years
Yeah.
of exposure to air and even sunlight, daylight, whatever.
Yeah.
Styrene turns very yellow
And
gets brittle.
Yeah, yellow in in some places more than others, because you can see that's like nearly orange yellow, while the rest of it is sort of a tan yellow.
Yeah. Yeah, and the orangey areas are actually affected by glue.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it this way.
Sit still, R2.
So let that sit for a while. That's gonna be fine.
Two things from Jedi Senshi. Didn't the master like the clankers in the classic series?
Yeah.
And Chris said yes. Chris number 345. I don't know that many, but
So many Chris's.
Yeah.
I realizing didn't bring any paper towel or
Hey,
anything.
let's not go there with Jennifer either. I don't know that many, but I know about 12 different ways to spell it. Oops. No, sorry. Yes. Please don't get it on your fingers.
Yeah. I'm a prop maker. I'm used to it. I think my blood is 50%.
Okay, Joel, aging plastics. I worry about my Jaffa armor.
Yeah, it'll be a similar kind of thing. Was your Jaffa armor styrene or ABS? Or ABS is actually a lot better. Which now being in the industry longer, we're using ABS a lot more.
HDPE turned very brittle sometimes. My Stormtrooper armor turned into glass, in quotation marks, shattered. Yeah, he's saying it's HDPE.
HDPE, high density polyethylene.
Thank you. I'm learning the ropes on these little acronyms.
HDPE is actually, that's a really difficult material to paint because it's inherently designed to not be a non-stick surface.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of household equipment and even a lot of toys and garden furniture and stuff like that is all made out of HDPE. Because it's
I never heard it referred to that way, but it's
right. Made. It's usually pre-pigmented when it's molded, right? When it's cast.
Stormtrooper armor did not come with me to Canada in 2003, so I have no idea where it is right now. Jedi Senshi. My aunt spells hers Jenifer. One of my friends spells one of my friends spells hers Jennipher. And then you also get the ones that spell it with a G versus J, and let's just leave it alone. Jennifer. Joel, Hobby Shop Paint found a brand that really sticks to HDPE.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I mean, there are some out there. I don't know why you're not getting in there. There we go. So we're going to let that sit for a little while. And
let's leave it on the table.
Let that glue. I'm actually going to move it.
Is that crack?
That's that
crack. Yes. Oh, that's okay. That's what it was. It's like
battle damage. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to leave that there because next thing, I think that's everything on the body.
Okay.
Double check.
Well,
because that's up on the table right now being fixed. So let's come around the back. Go to the back of the center foot. Back of the center foot's actually, could use just a little bit of glue. Let's see if there's enough left on the stick here.
Sorry, I can't really get there because
that's all right.
Yeah.
Just in here. And put some tape on that as well.
Doesn't look like the other feet have any.
The outer feet, which you would think are getting a lot more abuse. Right?
Yeah.
They're crashing into corners and being kicked and stepped on and everything, but they're good.
Joel says he has to go. See you Saturday.
Awesome. Thank you, Joel. We will see you Saturday.
Yeah, I'll be there too. I'm the protocol droid.
That's right.
Oh, what time did it start anyway? Sorry.
What's that?
What time is the story time?
7 p.m.
Thank you.
7 p.m. Eastern time.
Right. long as it's not between 10 and 12 in the morning. That's all I know. Oh, Rodman H has joined in.
Hello, Rodman H. Thank you for joining the broadcast. Here we're working on fixing R2 up for our Star Wars Storytime coming up Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Christina is actually at the house working on a few other projects because we had a few snafus today and weren't able to get R2 to the house to work on him together. So she and I negotiated. I'm working on him here, impromptu doing the broadcast.
Yep.
And she's working on projects at home. And tomorrow night she's going to be working on some Jedi communicators on a HAPS broadcast of her own. And then Saturday night we are doing the Star Wars Storytime.
Yep. I'm one of their friends come to help.
Lisa here is loaning herself out as a tripod.
I'm also the one where they're actually going to be having their. It's my husband's and my house that they're going to be using as a workshop for a while.
So next step, we are going to take off R2's backpack. Just want to take a look inside. Now R2 has not been powered up in ages. His batteries died long ago. And
Rodman said, hey, that's awesome. Somebody else signed in, which I didn't notice. Ed Perello said, good luck on the repairs.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, he's. We're just basically going to get him spruced up enough. And I'm going to try and apply power to the head. The rest of the body, we don't have, I don't even know if we can get the arms or mechanics or anything operational anymore. He doesn't have his drive motors anymore. We donated those to our canine,
which is currently not here.
So
I got back to the house.
Here we go.
Oh my goodness!
Check that out. That is one of our pride and joys. Montreal, Canada, November 28th, 1999. Kenny Baker, R2D2 himself, the man inside the droid. Somewhere. I have a random screw here that I don't know where it came from, but
that's actually he's only dusty in a few places there. He's doing pretty well.
He's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Dust wise.
Yeah.
A different screwdriver for that. This is one of the things that we tried to do initially with R2 is make him modular or expandable. Yep. So what we did is we had a lot of his devices and everything are operated by little relay boards. And the relay boards go in, plug in to a cage. There's room for 8 boards on the cage. We only actually have 2. This first one is a decoder unit that takes signals from the radio control receiver and converts them into all the relay impulses to run all the arms and stuff.
By the way, one of the things I've noticed with watching old shows that relay boards haven't changed that much over the years, except for, I guess, memory and stuff. Like I used to watch the old Mission Impossible. It seemed like the boards looked almost the same, like you just put in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So there we go. And then that folds down to allow us to have some space to access all the hardware. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Is connect up to the head's power connector.
Yep.
And get some power operational into the head itself to at least get his lights going.
Yeah. Why is it always the inside of these things always have a mass of wires? Oh, yeah. That's always the way.
This is the way.
It's like you're sitting there going, how do they go through these wires?
That's that. And a lot of, definitely from a lot of repairs and rebuilds and drilling and stuff, there's little chunks of plastic and aluminum shavings and stuff falling out of them. They've been tucked in corners for years. That's another reason why we're not going to actually get this R2 up and running again.
Don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. JC Mann says hello from Vancouver.
Oh, Jazzy.
Sorry. It says Jasy. So
at least that's how I've been pronouncing it, and he hasn't corrected me. So there we go. There's R2's head. We've shown him in other broadcasts. I can't remember whether we've ever done on.
Exposing his innards. How dare you?
It goes with Suddy. And that's the set of slip rings that basically provide power and control electronics into the head. So the head can indefinitely rotate in either direction without tangling up any cables.
Nice. because we've seen that on a couple of the movies where his head's going around and around and around more than once.
So here we go, our innards of our head. So his poor hollow emitter needs to be reattached.
Is that with glue or something else?
It's going to be with glue. I'm just trying to remember how we actually did do this one.
Oh no!
I might actually, all things considered, I might hot glue him. We have a glue gun and we have the.
We need to plug it in somewhere.
Well, we have the power unit to plug it in, right? So, but yeah, so that's basically how that's got to go in place. So that needs to be repaired.
Yeah, that's the one we usually see flashing every time he talks.
Well, that one doesn't actually flash. It's you got this here blinks alternate red and blue, and the one back here alternates green and yellow.
Yeah.
And then these little ones here do all the little sort of twinkly effects.
But sometimes you watch this one's also like going off.
Well, it moves around.
Yeah.
And it's his hollow projector as well. Right?
Yeah.
And what we did on him a little more recently, probably about 10 years ago, is we added the servos to actually move the hollow projector. Originally, we didn't have that one moving. So in here, we have another thing that needs to be fixed. His life sign detector has come unglued, so that'll be a quick re-glue like that. It's probably a delivery truck at the Home Depot. And then of course we have his periscope, which has come apart. So we have these two little posts here that came unglued. The glue broke off. So the easiest thing for me to do, and of course it goes that way, right? And that comes out through the one opening in the dome.
Sorry, I'm not always getting you in.
I'm wondering if everything that's here, literally, if I connect into this unit here, I should be able to get all of his lighting operational. I just need to remember which terminals are power. Should be easy enough to figure out. That's the speaker there. 32 minutes, by the way. 32? Okay. That's good. So it's just gonna be a matter of tracing the wires back and figuring out which one is.
We have another Vancouverite. I don't know what you call him for Vancouver.
Vancouverite.
Vancouverite. Rick Vancouver, also known as @Rick S.
Oh yes, Rick Vancouver. That is Vancouver 604 previously from Periscope. So hey Rick, how are you? So yeah, what I'm going to do, I think the easiest thing I can do is figure out which wires here are the main power for the head, and then connect those up. I'm trying to remember whether the head had 5 and 12 volts. So that's going to be a very good question.
Very interesting.
Because the R2 had a whole bunch of different power sources in him. Because he had 4 12-volt batteries, and then there was a bunch of voltage regulators to convert to.
Save some of that ice cream for us, Rick. Yes, I am well. I'm having ice cream.
Oh, Rick, are you going to La Casa? Tell me you went to La Casa. That's one thing about Vancouver that we missed, La Casa de Gelato. 218 flavors was our last count we remember seeing.
Yeah. I think there is a slight delay, so we're just gotta wait.
So right now, I'm just gonna get this down here so I can see where they're attaching. And before I do that, let's plug his thing back in. Not that we're actually going to be putting power to the periscope, because the periscope will not. We won't be able to operate the periscope up and down because I think a lot of his control circuitry is not working anymore.
Blueberry cheesecake ice cream for my freezer.
Oh, for the freezer. Oh, okay. That's all right too.
Of course, Jedi essentially started with the standard rhyme: ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Thanks, guys. Now I'm gonna want some when I leave. You stop at McDonald's on the way. You're gonna drop me.
Yeah.
I haven't had a Sunday in a while.
So this is actually maybe not going to work so well with the Gorilla Glue because it's going to take a little too long. So I might just cheat.
Hi, Chill. It's Lisa.
Hey, Harold. Lisa's on camera for me. Christina's at home.
The two Chris's are at home. My Chris is at home. His Chris is at home.
We had a few snafus today, Harold. I wasn't able to get back to the house in time with R2, so I'm doing the repair broadcast at the storage locker.
With yours truly. Okay, now Jedi said she's going. Now I need ice cream.
Everybody needs ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not going to hold very well, so I think I'm going
Still.
to. It's because even the super glue, the instant super glue doesn't use.
Well, not with this sort of thing, no.
Yeah.
Because it's balancing. If it was a straight thing, that would be fine. Yeah, but it's balancing on stuff. Yeah.
I'm looking, and I don't think I have a.
Sorry. Rick is apologizing for everybody wanting ice cream.
It's all good, Rick.
Hey, at least you got everybody hooked on something good.
That's true. Okay, so I'm gonna get the soldering iron up, or the glue gun up and running.
I hope you're not running a soldering gun in here.
Sure. I would do it if I had to. But...
Well, no, it stinks. Or at least the last time I was around a soldering gun, it was pretty nasty.
So once we get that, both of these together, I think you can use the hot glue on the life sign detector too.
Yeah.
And this is part of the reason, as you can see, this is part of the reason why the head is 6 inches deeper into the body, is so we can get a periscope that goes about 2.5 feet up above the body, and it's multi-segmented, but we needed the extra depth to work with. Yeah. Otherwise, you're only working with about that much depth overall.
And usually when we see his periscope goes up, it's like, what, about 1.5, 2 feet?
Yeah, about
something like that, yeah.
So about what we came to. Yeah. You almost never see him with the periscope, because the first time you see the periscope, he's in the swamps in Dagobah, and all you see is
R2 that way. One of my favorite bits from Empire. Somebody pointed out it's like 44 years since Empire. This disc.
Well,
I think it was sometime this week.
Empire Strikes Back. No, it was 4 years since Empire Strikes Back, because that was in 1981. No, they were 3 years apart. So
okay, no, it can't have been 44 then.
77 was New Hope.
Yeah.
So 1980 was Empire Strikes Back, and 83 was Return of the Jedi.
Okay, somebody must have gotten something mixed up.
41 years.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm just sitting down again.
I remember I was 10 years old when
1980.
1980, yeah. I was
41 years old.
Star Wars, the original Star Wars New Hope came out.
Oh, you got a donation.
All right.
Somebody named Cam, or on it. I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cam.
Great topic award.
Great topic award. Thank you so much. So we are actually, you'll notice in the hashtag in the broadcast title, we're going for the HAP Space Challenge on this one, because even though we're not talking about real space science or anything, R2 is from a galaxy far, far away. So
who says it has to be? I was about to say, who says it has to be real space science? If we're going to do that, we're going to do Star Trek. And as much as I like Star Trek, this is a little more fun in that regard.
This really is, yeah.
As you can tell, I'm also a Trekkie. I like both.
So one thing I do want to see if I can figure out getting his power connected. Oh, so these are... Okay.
Like I said, here we go with the way too many wires, can't figure out which is doing what.
The red wire or the blue wire?
They're both red!
I'm colorblind!
No, it was a bit on Spy Group. It's like, you must cut the red wire, not the blue wire. It's like, they're both red! Choose one. He ended up cutting both at the same time.
I love Spy Groove.
Oh, yeah.
I really miss it. I wish they'd gone more than one season with that.
I know, and I'm sorry that for those who don't know, Lynn Thigpen was actually the voice of Helena Troy in that particular series, and she was the boss of the Agent Number 1 and Agent Number 2. We're spies. What's your favorite episode of that?
God, it's been so long since I watched it. Yeah, it's just.
I like the Contessa one. I think it was something about ski. I can't remember. It was called a ski lift thing, but because because
remember that. Yeah.
yeah, because of the rhyme that's look, I got the sneaky Miss von Schnickel in shackles. Try and say that 10 times fast, and all of a sudden somebody started, and the villain said, "What is this, a Mel Brooks movie?"
Yeah. I love some of the references in that are great. But yeah, it was like
New series of what? It says new series is filming at Parkwood Estate. Oh, new Star Trek. Right, right. Yeah. Yeah, we knew about that. I will point out, I'm a member of CAG, Long but Chill. So yeah, we were told that filming is going to be done out in the Schwa.
Star Trek Brave New World, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be done in Oshawa, which is where Parkwood Estates are.
Yeah. Parkwood is a really cool place. I've been there a couple of times on location shoots.
I used to live in Oshawa myself, so I've been there a few times. I still miss living there. Of all the places, there's 2 places I miss living, but that's off topic, so I'm going to shut up now.
That's so OT. Just working away here, trying to figure out where our power connections.
Yeah, I know. Like I said,
while I'm waiting for the glue gun to heat up.
Like I said with Mission Impossible, I will say Mission Impossible. We were talking about Star Trek, came out from the same studio as Star Trek, the same year, 2 weeks apart. So when Star Trek celebrated 50 years, 2 weeks later, Mission Impossible celebrated 2 years. And like I said, looking at the inside of R2, I'm sitting there going, it hasn't changed much since then.
No.
I mean, the circuit board's a little more intricate, but they look a lot the same than what they did back then. Yeah.
I'm basically looking for ways to cheat this connecting power up to R2.
Yeah, this guy's he's cheating. Bad boy.
Well, at this point, he's never going to be a fully operational.
I know it. Just kidding. It's Northern Dancer's 60th birthday, well, foaling date today.
Oh, wow.
Wait a minute, isn't that long for a horse?
Well, I think the Northern Dancer's been around anymore.
I don't
think Northern Dancer's around.
Yeah, this year's also, my parents are married 60 years, and my hubby will be 60, only 5 days apart between the two of those. But again, we're getting off topic.
No such thing as off topic.
Yeah, well, as long as, yeah.
Aside and then we come back to it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to do a little test. Have to actually make up a little harness to plug one of our lithium polymer batteries in.
Does that mean we need to unplug some from the other battery, or do you think it'll be?
Yeah, I'm going to take that little purple battery there just to run the lights in the head.
And the lights in the hip?
In the head.
It sounded like you said the hip. I'm like, there's no lights in his hip. Okay, technically he has shoulders, not hips, but it's his legs, so it's a hip.
R2, you're so hip. R2, you're so hip.
Doesn't they keep on saying that he's the most foulest character because every word he says is bleeped out?
Yeah.
Northern Dancer died 30 years ago, but most racehorses today are in his lineage in some manner. 44 minutes. Yeah, we might have to go a little over an hour.
I'm doing pretty good, actually.
I'm
doing pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
If we go a little more than an hour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said a little more. Yeah. As long as I don't go home, I'm not Cinderella, but I'd rather be home before midnight. Thank you. My days of staying up till some ungodly hour pretty well got out the window. stop drinking my water, or either I'm gonna need.
Whatever reason, it's not sticking at all.
Whoa!
Yes, I hear you. Do not shut off on me.
Get my phone off there. My phone is probably what's starting it. There we go. Yeah.
It's just a warning saying battery running low.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My phone was probably one of the high because it was trying to do something and.
There, that's
The problem is that. Shit.
No, it's just the power inverters running it. That's okay.
Never an outlet when you need one.
No, I know. This is the thing.
You think they'd have outlets in here?
So while we're waiting, we're at it before this cools down.
Yeah. Excuse the noise, guys. We're running this stuff all on a, one of those batteries you get for your car that you charge up and run everything else. And as you can tell, it's dying. Like I said, in storage locker, you think they would have outlets nearby the lockers themselves.
The thing is, they don't want people trying to
sit here and charge stuff.
To work on things, while they're in the locker. No. Be getting this before the power completely dies out in there.
Well, you'll have about a minute total before the glue gun cools down enough for stuff to reharden once it loses power, so you should be okay. Okay, we know it. We get it. Holy mackerel.
Hey, I think I got everything glued nicely.
Yeah. Well, at least it's staying now. Whoops.
No,
that wasn't supposed to happen.
No, that was supposed to happen. Oh, they're so not lined up. Fix this.
I hope that's somebody with the thing rolling around and not thunder.
Yeah. That is one of the dollies upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
The angels are bowling.
Yeah. Isn't the idea of all that stuff on the ceiling to prevent that? Well, I guess it would be noisier if that stuff wasn't on there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's interesting. Well, beside live tells you how many people are watching, right?
It doesn't actually.
Yeah.
It tells. That's one thing we wish HAPS did, is it?
I'm just wondering because it says live so many minutes. There's an I with a number under it, and then your donations.
That's right. It does tell you how many. It just doesn't tell you who is watching. That's
until they comment. Well, we got 139 people watching.
That's pretty good. All right, so that's been reattached. That's good.
Yeah. There's probably outlets by the doors.
There's none. I looked all over the main floor. There's no outlets anywhere. Well, they don't want people plugging power tools, and skill saws and drills.
Well, the thing is, we have one of these, but our neighbor took it, and also we don't know where it's. It had a power cord for the wall as well as the cars.
Right, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do right now while the hot glue is drying. I'm going to roll his body over here a little bit. Using his body as a stand for the dome of the head.
Yeah. Yay.
Reach. So I can plug his dome back into this. Yes, we can. Now, a little battery pack and the wires that I just spliced off of. With luck, we should be able to get lights.
Okay, you want me to get closer? Whoop. Okay, do it again. Yep. Yes, this one's on.
Yeah,
that one's
on. I see blinking over there. I see all the panels blinking.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's really all I need to do is hook up a little power wire to that, and we've got this lighting. Go around there.
Yeah, about to do that. See, we got that one going, and going around the dome to this side.
Got that one. We got the logic display there going, and we got his other logic display on this side. You can see.
Hey! Sorry. Which one?
This one here next to me with the little blinking green lights.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Oh, on the outside.
Sorry.
Yeah,
yeah, that actually does.
Yeah.
It actually looks
Okay.
yeah, there we go.
There we go.
So
Yeah.
perfect. That's all we need to do is we're gonna just take a little wiring harness off of that
Yeah.
and have this battery on
Sorry.
here to
I
get us
swung a bit wide there. Sorry about that.
Okay, so there we go.
Okay.
Put this back on. Like that. All right. Actually, this guy.
Careful. Remember, even glue like that won't be totally malleable.
So now what we do is we get this back on. It's got to kind of line up in the right orientation to keep it from going anywhere.
Yeah.
So that all the panels and stuff line up. And for the longest time, we haven't had any. We haven't had any screws in the dome, and that's unfortunately meant that a lot of his stuff wasn't lining up properly. So I'm going to put a couple of screws back in the dome just to keep it from going anywhere. I'm going to move his body out of the way. Excuse me. Yep.
Everybody's so engrossed in what you're doing, nobody's saying anything. We're up one more person. We're up to 440. Oh, damn. The signal keeps on going from good to shit.
So this will basically just keep the dome from shifting and falling off when it gets transported.
Gotta be
spot there.
Oh, that's why I get for putting my finger in the wrong place. There we go. Okay, note to self, I don't put my fingers this side of your phone. Apparently I've been blocking your Wi-Fi. Not Wi-Fi, your signal.
Okay.
Yeah, because I took my finger away and all of a sudden the signal's gone to great. I'm like, oops.
Gotta be in here somewhere.
How many screws are you putting in?
I'm just gonna put in 2 of them, but this one's not lining up for some reason. What happens there? Good look. There we go.
Got it? But it's in now.
Yes.
There we go.
And
It just needs.
should need.
It just need to pop.
Find the right spot. I mean, when you think of 25 years ago, when this guy was built almost entirely by hand, like there were no 3D printers, there were no CNC machines in use.
Okay. Apparently, Rick has said that video and audio has been fine all along.
Okay.
Yeah. I can actually see the signal bar, and it's going between great, fair, poor. It's going up and down. So, as long as people are seeing and hearing.
There. And the periscope, I can just plug that right back in again, since that's not going to operate.
At least it'll close that up. Yeah, more than anything. Because that's been open for some time.
The periscope's been had fallen inside.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason. Yeah. Okay.
It's not all the way down though.
So there we go. I don't know whether I can access those wires from here.
Can you?
I forgot there's actually a terminal block.
There's a what?
There's a terminal block that I can possibly figure out.
Thrawn. Does he have a basket? Does he have a bad motivator?
Oh, he's got a bad motivator. He's had a bad motivator for a long time. How are you, Admiral? From down under. Christina is at the house today. The original plan.
Yeah.
The original plan was to get
Sorry.
the original plan was to get R2 back to the house that Christina and I can work on them together on the broadcast.
Yeah.
But various snafus, schedule difficulties, traffic, etc., etc.
Yes.
I'd be stuck here at the locker, unable to get him back to the house in time. So she and I negotiated. I'm doing the repair broadcast here at the locker, and she tomorrow night is going to do work on the Jedi communicators that we were talking about at home. Yeah. So that'll be tomorrow night's broadcast.
Yes.
And of course, Saturday night is the Star Wars Storytime. So anybody who has been a $5 sponsor and anyone who has contributed $5 at least sponsor, and then anyone who's contributed at least $5 in awards in this past month was eligible to join in and become part of the story. So we've selected the characters. I believe we posted it the other day who has been placed in what character position, or who was requested what character position, and Christina and I are working on the story, and we'll have that going on.
No, Grand Admiral. I'm their friend, Lisa. My husband and I have been helping them in the last little while, and because they decided to split things, I came along to do the videoing here at the locker, and Christina's at home. Funny thing is, my own husband is named Chris too. Nice to meet you too.
He's got a couple of broken bearings or something in his raceway, so his head will not be rotating, but we do have a way to get his lights up and running for the broadcast. So that is awesome.
We're down to 20%.
Down to 20. Okay, so battery's running low. That's pretty much the whole repair. That's R2's one bell housing here, which we can open up and take the tape off and put that back on. And I won't take the time to put the back cover plate back on.
I hear you're from down under, Grand Admiral.
Back on like that. Come on. Get in there. There we are.
I have relatives down there. One of my mom's brothers moved down there a long time ago.
Cool. So with only about 20% battery left, I'm going to cut this broadcast off because we're at about almost a 1 hour mark. So I want to thank everyone for joining, and definitely check out tomorrow night's broadcast with Christina working on Jedi Communicators, and then Saturday, May 29th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Star Wars Storytime. And for anyone who is interested in checking out the Anime North Home Edition, check them out on their Facebook page. Christina and I will be doing 2 panels, one on Saturday at 3 p.m., I believe. It is our Production to Cosplay panel. And then on Sunday, look for us for our panel that's called Anything Can Be a Weapon, because in our 30-odd years of experience with conventions and public events, you'd be surprised at what security will consider a weapon, like somebody's cane, somebody's walking stick, a wizard staff,
fans,
just about anything will be considered a weapon if security deems it. We've been through it a lot ourselves. We've actually made a lot of recommendations to a lot of security teams. Christina and I have taught a lot of security teams at conventions how to do peace bonding. So it's going to be an interesting panel as well on Sunday.
Grand Admiral Thrawn said your glasses count.
My glasses count?
Your glasses count as a weapon.
Count as a weapon. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, if it gets as bad that we have Condiment King from the Batman animated series, because
really, no kidding.
Lord help us, we won't be able to have we won't be able to get food because we can't have condiments.
So once again, thank you everyone for joining. Everyone will see R2 Saturday night. His lights will be up and going on the dome, and we'll see you for Star Wars Storytime. So as Christina always says, respect yourself more than anyone else can. Everything will be just fine. Self-respect, self-love, all very important things to lead a well-balanced life. And as I always say, see you later, Martin.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, folks. Bye.
I hit it.